The key to the Chamber of Oblivion. Salim worked as an archivist in the ancient Al-Rawahel Library, a place steeped in the scent of aged paper and hushed with a near-sacred silence. Salim knew every book and shelf in the library, except for one thing: the Chamber of Oblivion. The Chamber of Oblivion was a small, locked room at the end of the lower corridor, behind the Forgotten Philosophy section. It wasn't listed on any building plans and stood there like an error in history. Its door was made of dark oak, lacking a handle, but featuring an odd keyhole shaped like a six-pointed star. One stormy night, as Salim was closing up the library, he sensed movement in the lower aisle. It wasn't fear, but a fierce, compelling curiosity. He approached the room's door and found, lying on the cold floor, an old bronze key that perfectly matched the six-pointed star shape. Salim's heart hammered in his chest. Could this be the key everyone who had worked in the library had sought? He inserted the key into the lock, and a deep clunk sound was followed by a muffled sigh, as if the room had been sleeping and was now suddenly awake. Salim pushed the door open, revealing a room filled with darkness and cold. There were no books or furniture, only mirrors. The room was entirely lined with antique mirrors, from floor to ceiling, except for one central mirror covered with a dark velvet cloth. Salim tentatively stepped toward the covered mirror and pulled away the cloth. What he saw was not his reflection. In the mirror, Salim saw himself, not as he was now, but as he was 20 years ago. A young man full of ambition, holding a travel bag, his face beaming with a wide smile, and the eagerness to leave the city and pursue his dream of becoming an explorer. It was the Salim he had forgotten, since the fear of failure pushed him into becoming an archivist. When Salim reached out to touch the mirror, his younger reflection shifted into a smile, then nodded gently. In that moment, Salim felt the weight of years of hesitation lift from his shoulders. The Chamber of Oblivion was not for storing lost memories, but for reminding people of the selves they chose to forget. Salim stepped out of the room, locked the door again with the key, but he was no longer the same person. The next morning, he handed in his resignation, leaving the key on his desk, and left the city with a new travel bag and a wide smile, just like the reflection he had seen. He understood that the greatest treasure in any library is not what is preserved, but what is remembered.